Hi, you guys. Welcome back to the Sing Confidently Live Creatively podcast. Estelle here. Today, I'm back at my piano because I'm going through a few exercises that you can do to help you to get into your head voice as female singers, as treble singers, singing in that higher part of your voice. Regardless of even if you are a male singer, even if you are not like identifying as a female singer, you can still do these exercises just in your comfortable octave. But the idea is to help you to engage in your upper register. And so if you listen to the last episode, not the one before this, but episode 242, that was three chest voice exercises for female singers. That's really focusing on your lower registers. And I kind of broke down the different registers a little bit. Did I? I think I did in that episode. Talking about the difference between your chest voice and your head voice and how you can mix in between. You can coordinate both those different registers in the middle part of the voice. For female singers, we have this kind of more elusive part in the middle part of our voice between the two breaks in our voice. And so if you want me to go more in depth than that, let me know. But for today, I'm just going to give you some exercises you can use for your head voice to help you to start to engage those notes. If you have trouble with your higher notes and don't even really know how to access that part of your voice, don't know how to lighten your voice a little bit, get more airflow up there, then you're going to want to do these exercises. So a couple things to note with the head voice. What are some qualities? Just like I did with the chest voice, I kind of broke down those qualities to think about. So for head voice, as opposed to chest voice, where you want, you're not going to have as much breath flow, enough as much airflow in those lower notes as there's more surface area between your vocal folds when they're coming together to sing in your chest voice, right? As you get higher, your vocal folds start to thin out a little bit more. And so there's going to be more airflow. So you want to think about airflow as we're going up just to start to engage the head voice a little bit more. And also you want to think about still keeping, so depends on what style of music you're singing and depends on, how high you are, if you're going to be mixing up there, if you're going to be belting, but it's worth it to think about where your resonance is. Like if you want that forward resonance and more of like a mixed equality, then that's something to think about. If you don't really care, if you just kind of want to get into those parts, that part of your voice, then, don't worry about it right now, but that's something to think about in the future is like, okay, even if you're singing in that higher register, if you're singing in your head voice, like even if you're in full head voice, can you still bring it a little bit more forward? Can you have that forward resonance to get nice volume and a little bit of a stronger sound? Something to think about. Okay, but the main thing that these exercises are going to do is to help you with getting airflow going. That's the first one. It's going to help you with airflow and specifically like how you start the phrase, like starting with enough airflow and not like starting with too hard of an onset when you start to sing. The second one is going to help you with that as well, but also like holding out a phrase. So then like maintaining your breath. So breath management a little bit there. And then the last one is like range extension. So gently reaching into that higher part of your voice and then coming down and then going a little bit higher, then coming back down. So those are like the three things we're going to target with these exercises to help you start to engage your head voice. Okay, any questions, class? Let me know if you have any questions on any of these. You guys are welcome to reach out to me. You can come to the Facebook community, creativelybyestelle.com/community, and ask any questions, like post in there whatever your thoughts are on today's episode. And I'd love to chat with you there, answer any of your questions, anything else that you want to hear about more, or if you want more help on an exercise, you want me to break it down more, you just let me know in that community space. Okay, so get ready to sing along. We're going to go through these exercises together. And we're going to be singing in our head voice. We're going to be extending our range today, and it's going to be great. All right, so I'm going to kind of start this first exercise. It's going to focus on getting your airflow going and how you start a note, which is called onset, starting with the right amount of airflow and air pressure. And so I'm going to start not too high. I'm going to start on G above middle C, and then it's kind of getting into your full head voice. So we're going to go, ha, ha. Wait, which one am I doing this one? Hold on one second. Let me remember. I think I'm doing. Hmm. Oh, I remember. We're gonna start a little bit lower. Let's make it simpler. Let me see. Okay, now I remember. Okay, this one, I am starting the G above middle C. You guys, I write my notes out like phonetically, thinking that I'm gonna remember what I'm just wrote like a bunch of ha ha ha's. Like, what does that mean? But I do different combinations of these with students depending on what I feel like if they need like a more simple one or if they can handle like a more challenging one. But this one is gonna be pretty simple, and I just did not know what I was reading, so my bad. All right, here we go. So we're gonna go just down the scale nice and quick. I want you to think about engaging your abdominal muscles, engaging your tummy muscles as you're singing this so you have a nice breath support, but also just think about gently reaching into your head voice. You're not belting, you're not screaming, you're just gently, lightly tapping. You're going to be doing these on staccato. So those are quick, short notes. Short notes, okay? We're going to go ha, 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 very quick and short. Let's try that together. Ha, 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 ha. Here we go. Ha, 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 ha. 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 And I forgot to say, but you are welcome to cut out at any point in time. If it gets too high and it feels uncomfortable, you just drop out. No problem there whatsoever. But this is for you to just see if you can gently reach those notes with just that quick, short staccato. Ha, 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 ha. And you're just coming down. All right, so back it up. If you want to do that again, go back and try it again and see if you're able to get a little bit higher this time or see how it's feeling in your voice. Make sure that you're engaging your abdominals, and I also encourage you to release and drop your jaw. Release your jaw a little bit. That might be helpful depending on if you're getting tight up there. So if you find yourself getting tight, really try to loosen your jaw, massage your jaw if you need to, massage like right in front of your ears if you need to massage that area. See if you can release there a little bit more. Another tip is to keep your tongue forward and see if you can keep your tongue forward a little bit out of your throat so that way you can have a nice, easy sound on those higher notes as well. All right, here we go with the second exercise. We're going to be doing ha-ha-ha's again, but it's a different pattern. This one we're going to be starting up at the top. It's actually quite similar, I just realized. But we're doing the staccato on the top note, and then we're just falling down, seeing if you can maintain the breath support throughout the rest of the phrase. So on the top note, you're going to be doing the ha, 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 and then you're going to go ah, on the ah or ha, and I want you to just really slide through, like you're releasing the rest of the air. Ha, 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 ha. Want to try that? Here we go. Ha, 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 ha. Going up. Ha, 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 ha. 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 Really release the jaw. That one's a little bit more intense, I would say, because of the repeats at the top, but it gives you another extra chances to make sure you get that onset correct. Make sure that you have enough air, that you're not doing too hard of an onset up there. Really nice and airy as much as you can, and release the jaw as well. Okay, last exercise, we're gonna do an octave one, and this one is a range extension exercise. I just recently started trying this one, so let's see how we like it. Here we go. This one is from yourimpresario.com. They have this one listed on one of their free exercises. And I had a voice teacher give this to me a while ago, and I rediscovered it recently, and I've been using some of these exercises. So this is one of those from yourimpresario.com. Okay, here we go. So we're gonna go ya 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 ya. So on the top note, you have that nice open ya, releasing the jaw, bringing your tongue forward, and then you slide all the way down. Ya 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 ya. Here we go. Ya 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 ya. Nice and easy. Ya 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 ya. Two more. One more. Okay, so that one, we didn't go too high on that one. We just went to we went to a G, a high G, so G above middle, G above the G above middle C, G above the C above middle C. Yeah, aka C5. So it wasn't too high, but just to start to extend your range so that you're able to transition between your head voice and then down through the middle part of your voice to your chest voice is what that exercise is good for. So I encourage you to back it up if you have a hard time going from head voice to the middle part of your voice. If you heard, I was mixing a little bit in there. Like I was actually mixing quite a lot in there. So I wasn't like fully in head voice the entire time, but that's because I've worked on my transition, like coordinating between that. But it's also a really helpful exercise to help you to start coordinating between registers. So I hope this helps you. If you have any questions about any of the things that I said, you guys know where to find me. Come to the community page, go to creativelybyestelle.com/community, and I'd love to hang out with you in the Facebook group, answer your questions, see how I can support you even more. And you guys, if you really want to work on your head voice and you want to really grow as a singer, you know, if you're beginning again and you're an adult now and you're like, I used to have such good range, I used to be able to hit these high notes, and you're just not getting there anymore, there are things you can do to get there. Like, we can work together, and I'd be happy to help you with that. I've been able to work with teachers myself who've helped me extend my range, like seriously, like into whistle territory, into my whistle notes, which I did not think that I ever could do. So like, this is possible, and I just want you to know that it is possible. And these are just a few exercises to start with. I think the first one is the simplest, and then it gets a little bit more challenging as you go through each of these 3 exercises, but I would love to do a lesson with you and help, you know, tailor exercises to your specific voice and where your voice is, and help you kind of figure out, okay, let's start lower. Okay, we think we can do this one instead and see if this works better for your voice. So that's the benefit of being able to have a teacher, is that you can get that feedback immediately and, you know, really see what's working for your unique voice, right? So I really encourage you that if you'd like to work together, you can go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio this time, creativelybyestelle.com/studio. creativelybyestelle.com, by the way, is the hub for all things my studio, my, like, more about me, this podcast, like all the things, resources, everything is on the website. But you can go to creativelybyestelle.com/studio to book a lesson. I'd be happy to work with you. And if you're really not sure yet, like whether we work together, you can also go to the website and just book a free consultation call. Just do a free call and let's see if we want to work together. You can do a little singing for me and I'd give you feedback and see if you want to keep going. But this way you can actually really put into action what you're learning in these episodes. I would love to help you put it to action, to help you, and tailor exercises to your unique voice so that you can start to get those high notes, get those high notes, get into your head voice, get those high notes and get into your head voice and all the things. I would love to help you with that. And I'm privileged to be able to help a lot of students. I've been able to work with a lot of students, especially this last year, and I would love to work with you as well. So yeah, let me know. Otherwise, I hope this encouraged you, that you can hit those notes. I hope you hit some notes that you did not think you could. And I hope that you come back and listen again and sing the exercises again so that you can continue to train and continue to grow as a singer, okay? Let me know if you have any questions. Have an amazing day, and I'll talk to you later. Thank you so much for listening to today's episode and to this show. I'm so in awe of you for being here and showing up for your creative gifts. That takes courage. Don't forget to join the performing arts community on Facebook for support and inspiration as you continue on your journey. If this episode helped or inspired you in any way, please leave a review on Apple Podcasts and share it with someone. It means so much. Thank you again, and don't forget to keep singing, acting, dancing, performing, and living creatively. Talk to you next time.